About the 210. So
Dion Hotto and Co. Crossbones in acknowledgement of those that really got behind their side. Saw them into the last four of Africa's elite. Now, this for Dino van Rooyen has raced onto it straight down the throat of Washington Arubi.
In fact, it's a good steal by Van Rooyen. It takes anticipation to see that defender
in the stands as Mahawan Kota looks to get away here from Maboja. Little tug on the shirt of the Gallants man, according to Alfred Chaban.
Trying to see exactly, was this not an obstruction maybe, which Nkoto felt like, you know, he needs to protect himself. But I guess the official of this near side is the one that raised the flag.
I see that by Van Rooyen, and then Nkoto into Masogani. Dlamini finishes it off. What a beautiful team goal from Orlando Pirates. Oh, superbly worked. And Dlamini adding to his all-time Nedbank Cup tally with a 6th in the tournament.
I know superbly is a great word to use, but I think you need a bigger and better word to describe that move. How swiftly it was done. But the two number 10s combining in that box, their abilities to arrive into that box and create this kind of havoc. Kabelo, Masangani, for me, that's why they've been placed, so that they can apply that kind of pressure and entries. And this one was just unbelievable. No chance for Ruby. Swiftly done.
Well, Orlando Pirates become the first side to breach the Gallants defense in the Nedbank Cup this season. And it's required a little bit of magic, some mastery, engineered. Now Gallants have to chase the game. They have a big opportunity here, could capitalize on the mistake. Sindami down, the second marker will come away with it.
Yeah, but Tilizzi made that shot, that pass very short. Nearly brought himself pressure unnecessarily.
And Tajana keeping it alive. Squeeze it through nicely here for Mabocha. Edge of the area, Manaka. Buthelezi hangs on to it.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. We're talking about being able to manage the game as far as keeping ball position. These are the type of opportunities that you don't want to offer as a possibility to them.
Retains possession well. For Jamani, deeming that to have been a foul from Masindi Nimtaja. Sindami going down. Free kick.
For Gallants, he's a little bit higher than he was.
Sindami in. Matlatsi's lurking. Arriving is Sitole, but he steered it straight at Buthelezi.
We didn't see much of that in that first half. Explaining my point, with a little bit more advanced play from the Gallants is because of those changes in that middle.
Well, it's now a second shot that they've got on target, but neither have been of very much consequence. Made for very routine saves. Buthelezi.
A little bit higher than what it is right now.
That's why it is left for Sitole. Will try and find a teammate here. Manaka helps it on. Hotto thumps it high and behind for a corner. Buthelezi with a good strong claim. Kosi Sabir was hanging around in that vicinity. Towers above him. Evidence Machopa got himself back on side. And still Machopa. Well, he goes for it with Patrick Maswanganyi on his inside, pleading for the ball.
Yeah, he's just looking for that ball to be rolled into his path. But at the same time, Machopa thought to himself, the goalkeeper is probably blinded from where he takes the shot. And the goalkeeper can
give it away cheaply. There's Dion Hoto. Maswanganyi slightly behind Evidence Machopa, who then leaves it for Mufokeng. Ndlondlo urged to pull the trigger. Gets a deflection from behind for a corner.
More of this type of moments, and Marumo Pirates is looking good. A mistake here by the defender, Sevilla. And obviously with Hoto playing as an inverted this time. Oh man, Machopa going a little bit too ahead of the action.
Yeah. Philip Ndlondlo pulling the trigger. He hasn't scored in his last 11 Nedbank Cup.
It is called the 12th man factor.
Yeah.
And this is what has been lacking. They haven't been making much noise.
Oh, wonderful skill from Sindami. Free kick right on the edge of the area. And a booking for Dino van Rooyen for his troubles.
No doubt.
Taking it on, Wall does its job. Not the most convincing.
An opportunity for Marumo Pirates maybe to spring an attack from such a situation. Which
this is such an opportunity. Dion Hoto stabs it towards Mabasa, but not accurate enough with that pass.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dion Hoto doesn't cut it back. He just hits it across.
Through shootouts in their quarter-final match against Supersport United. They won't want to endure that once again. They'd actually won their previous 9 games, Nedbank Cup games, in open play, though, as Buthelezi eats into as many seconds.
He's got to be careful, though.